welcome to another exciting episode of Hoff Talk TV. I am your host, Robert Knight. This week we got a lot of David Hasselhoff news to jump into. As you can see, also we're going to cover David's second studio album, which was a follow-up to Night Rocker. This is Lovin Feelings. So we're going to get into that. We're going to get into a host of David news. Let's jump into it. David Hasselhoff recently filmed an episode of Tanked, the series which airs on Animal Planet. The new season begins on Animal Planet on September the 18th, and this season, as I mentioned, we're going to get an exclusive episode featuring the one and only Knight Rider himself, David Hasselhoff, and his numerous pets and his animal friends that he has at his house out there in California, and also take a look at the things he does for animals and has always done over the years. So very, very cool. Keep your eyes peeled to Tanked on Animal Planet, new season, September 18th. A couple of weeks ago, David Hasselhoff attended the premiere of McQueen, the musical on Broadway's West End. Awesome play. We've heard great things about it, and David Hasselhoff did make an appearance on opening night. Took pictures. There's a lot of pictures available online, as well as some video of David on YouTube, which you can check out. So David said he had a great time, really enjoyed the play, and it was great to see David Hasselhoff out and about on London's West End. Hopefully it won't be long before David is back on stage in London's West End, and even maybe back to Broadway. So keep your eyes peeled for David Hasselhoff on the stage. Speaking of David on the stage, David's new musical, Last Night a DJ Saved My Life, begins its tour October the 16th in the UK. Some awesome tickets are still available. Go to davidhasselhoffonline.com for all of your ticket information. As we said, it kicks off October the 16th. It's going to run through February at this time, but it could always be extended as tour dates keep popping up all over the place. So David in the UK, October the 16th, lastnightatdj.com. You can go to for a preview video, some information on the play itself, as well as ticket information, and of course David's official website, davidhasselhoffonline.com. Summer may be coming to a close, but it's always summer year-round when you play Hoff at Zombie Beach. You can download the game on the iTunes Store, Apple iTunes Store. You can download the game for only a couple of bucks. It's David Hasselhoff driving up in kit on the beach, Mitch Buchanan style, going after zombies. The Walking Dead has nothing on the Hoff. Check out Hoff at Zombie Beach on the iTunes Store today. Over the past couple of weeks, David Hasselhoff has been filming Season 2 of Hoff the Record. If you had an opportunity to check out Hoff the Record, you know it was absolutely Hoff-tastic. Very, very funny TV series. It got rave reviews around the world from people that checked it out. The DVD will be available of Season 1 in November, and hopefully we'll have a release date for Season 2 very, very soon, but it is being filmed as we speak. You want to follow David Hasselhoff on Twitter at David Hasselhoff for information on how you can even visit the set or maybe even appear in Hoff the Record Season 2. So there's always cool things popping up on David's Twitter. Stay connected. You can also follow us at Hoff Talk and follow me, Robert Knight _ on Twitter. As I mentioned, I want to take a look at David's second studio release, Lovin Feelings. This album came out in 1986. It was actually recorded in Auckland, New Zealand, Australia area down there. David once again teamed up with his good friend Marcus Barone. Marcus is a tremendous musician / producer. He is a musical director for several movies. He's worked on soundtracks, and he still does tour with David. They've been good friends for several years, and they reconnected with the album Lovin Feelings, a follow-up from Night Rocker, which Marcus also took part in. Now this album, in my opinion, was kind of a precursor to David's latest release this time around, which he filmed an album of romantic ballads and you know, love songs, which have been the heart and soul of David's music throughout his career. And I think this is kind of what David was going for when he released Lovin Feelings. It was a departure from Night Rocker, which was a lot of rock and roll music. You know, even though there was a ballad here and there on it, it was mainly rock and roll. And this album took a different turn. This is a ballad, an album full of love songs. And a lot of the songs you may know, David sings Young and the Restless, Nadia's Theme, which he performed on the Merv Griffin Show in 1977. So that is the song that kicks off this album, sets the tone. We hear Love in Arms, which many of you know the Elvis Presley version, Historia de un Amor, True Love Always, the Buddy Holly classic, of course Stand By Me, which is a phenomenal version that David performs, Life is Mostly Beautiful with You, which is one of my favorites on the album, and this song was actually released as a single in Europe. It is very, very hard to find on 45, but if you have it, hang on to it. It's definitely an awesome part of your David Hasselhoff collection. How Am I Supposed to Live Without You is a song that you may know is made famous by Michael Bolton, also performed by Laura Branigan, and years later by Leanne Rimes. David tackled the song even before some of them here in 1986. Does a tremendous version of the song. Definitely have to check it out. How Deep Is Your Love, famous song by the Gibb Brothers. After You, which Dionne Warwick performed. David does his cut of it here. We have the original track, which David co-wrote, called Por Ti. Now again, the song is in Spanish. This is not the same version of Por Ti, which David would go on to record years later with the rock group Renegade for an album that he was working on with famous Spanish producer Rudy Perez. Unfortunately, that album was never released, but David did record 6 or 7 tracks for that album, and it was a different version of Por Ti. This is the original from the album Lovin Feelings, and David closes out the album with one of his favorite songs to perform, You've Lost That Lovin' Feeling. Again, You've Lost That Lovin' Feeling would appear later on David's album, David Hasselhoff Sings America. Tremendous, tremendous song. Also has performed it live around the world. You can check it out on the Freedom Tour, DVD or VHS if you can have the opportunity to check that out. Lovin Feelings, 1986 from David Hasselhoff. This, of course, is the album. This is the original pressing of the CD. Again, it's very hard to find. CDs were just coming into full effect around 84, 85, 86. So if you have Night Rocker or Lovin Feelings original CD like this, definitely very cool, and as I mentioned, they're very hard to track down. Now, these songs are on several compilations of David's, which we're going to get into in some future episodes. For You is probably, there were actually 2 versions of that one even released, but For You is probably the easiest to get a hold of, and some of these songs also are available on compilations which you can pick up on iTunes. So David's 1986 album Lovin Feelings, his second studio release. It is Hoff Tech. Thank you everyone once again for checking us out here on Hoff Talk TV. As we mentioned earlier, follow David Hasselhoff on Twitter at David Hasselhoff. Follow me at RobertKnight_, and follow us at Hoff Talk. You can also subscribe to us on Periscope. We've been doing a lot of very cool live Periscope videos, which is, you know, the latest form of social media, so we're jumping all over that to get out there for the David Hasselhoff universe. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for checking us out and keeping us going. Subscribe to Tight Jeanz Films on YouTube so you get our episodes first. And I'm talking about Hoff Talk TV as well as a host of other awesome films and TV episodes by Tight Jeanz Films. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and remember, one man can make a difference.